I am really thrilled to be here today. As Sion mentioned, we've been partnering together for many years, and it's just been a really wonderful experience. So let's just take one step back and talk about the big picture, which is that developing products is really hard, right? This is not for the faint of heart. These new inventions can take days, weeks, months, even years to come to market. But when those products enter, people's lives can be changed in a very positive way, and that's the goal. Hearing glowing customer testimonials, seeing your products receive those positive ratings and reviews, and seeing those loyal folks promote your brand and be advocates for your products, that makes this journey worthwhile. P&G has, as Sion mentioned throughout this journey, they are really dedicated to this innovation process. They're committed to having meaningful connections with consumers, zeroing in on their pain points, understanding what their needs are. This leads to powerful products coming to market and ones that sell. Importantly, ones that sell. So choice is a wonderful tool to inform and guide the innovation process, and really should be one of many different approaches that inform this journey. Choice has many benefits, including it can test a really wide set of stimuli. That means we can sort of go beyond of what we were originally thinking and put it all in the hopper. It puts people in a realistic choosing or buying scenario. They're making choices that are akin to what they would do actually in a store or on a website. This makes it fun and engaging, and in turn, we get out better information. It mitigates risk. The goal of this kind of work is to really highlight what works for consumers and what their needs are. We are taking in the consumer perspective so that teams can move on from things that simply just do not have legs. It's the idea of let's test now and save later. Very powerful what-if models are built as sort of the underlying engine with this kind of work. And these models, these really give the work additional longevity so that there's continuation and really becomes a resource for a while to come. In all, choice can really help to guide innovation, to help teams come to bright on the ideas, the features, benefits, whatever it may be that consumers really want. And that empowers teams to move faster, quicker, and more confidently. So, when should we think about choice? Well, choice has choices. And choice can be used in both early innovation as well as later stage and really throughout the journey. So when we think about choice in earlier stages, this might be really understanding what kind of proposition would be of interest to folks, or what benefit spaces or territories a market should be able to handle. Can help to develop concepts at early stage and really begin to frame out what folks are really sort of gravitating towards in terms of products fitting their needs. Sort of middle stage, we might be talking about more completed products or a line of products or how a new entry might impact a line. We might think about things like incrementality, cannibalization, price curve sensitivities, and zeroing in on what a right price strategy looks like. We might also think about SKU rationalization, competitive environments, and so forth. At a later stage, we need to understand how to support those products that we've developed. What's the right way to bring them to market in terms of positioning and communications? How should we be talking about those products? We might look for specific products or services, right, that relate to a target audience that's really important to an organization. Or we may look at things like customization, or maybe even, okay, well, what's next to come? So there is sort of a what's in the secret sauce about really identifying what is the right kind of choice to think about, when should it be used, and really, I can't thank Sion and his team enough. They've been really wonderful partners, and this framework is something that we really believe strongly in terms of how to set up for success so that really work can be actioned and implemented down the line. So the first thing is to huddle early and often. Come together, let's discuss, brainstorm, align. This should be with the key team as well as internal stakeholders. It's important to really understand what the goals are. What does that finish line look like? And really stay diligent to focus and keep focused on that finish line so that everything else ladders up and we make sure that really hit on those key goals. So some of the specifics around the model, I alluded to this earlier, but when you're thinking about what you want to test, put your full wish list out there. If we have to make sacrifices, we'll discuss that and we will make them later. But let's put it all there on the table. You might be surprised about how much a choice piece of work can accommodate. The second thing related to the choice specifics or details, if you will, let's talk about the consumer experience, right? What do we want that to be like? Are we recreating a website? Are we going to be showing videos? How can we really make this as immersive, engaging, and realistic as possible? Another thing to think about is international component. Choice is a wonderful tool to level the playing field as we think about global. We're putting options in front of people, and we're asking them to select the one or maybe ones that are most interesting to them, or the ones they would pay most for. We're not introducing rating scales or anything else where we would see a cultural bias. This makes choice a ripe tool for global work, for regional comparisons, etc. Work with folks who know choice, right? There are loads of different kinds of choice, from the simple to the complex, everywhere in between, and it's not a box, and every choice initiative is really custom, and really should think about it that way. So make sure that you're partnering with folks who can really, really help and guide and inform your efforts. On an ongoing basis, right, after you move along, continue to communicate, collaborate. At the end of the day, even the most complex choice piece of work should be served up in snackable, digestible, and very easy to act information. And that's really key, because if together we can't provide information that can help you, folks on your side, your teams, be it R&D, marketing, whoever is going to be the users of this information, if they don't know what to do the next morning, when they walk into the office, we have not done our jobs. And choice can be complex, but it's our job to serve it up in a very simple way, and it is very possible. Okay, so Always Discreet had been out in the market for decades, but there was really a question whether or not the right product was out there. So over time, a roadmap was formulated to fill in those knowledge gaps and to help inform the team for what to be in the marketplace. So our projects ranged from very small scope, right, a simple max diff. We had 11 different designs in the hopper. That was one side. The other side was more complex. We used an adaptive choice methodology where we had a lot of different design elements in the hopper. And when we looked at all the different ways that this product can come to market, there were over 1 million ways this product could be developed. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I know Sion did not want to go making 1 million prototypes. So our journey sort of looked like this, from the bottom up. First, we identified the right space, right? This is sort of the how. How should the team think about the space? How should they play in the market? What were the consumers' needs in that? The second one is the what. What should the product really be and look like? The third is, will they really pay? And then the fourth is, what's next? So just very quickly, I'm going to step up through each of these, just a smidge of detail. To unwrap the benefit spaces, we were curious to understand how folks reacted to 8 different themes. About 80 benefit spaces laddered up into these 8 themes. Some were more emotionally driven, some were more functionally product related, but really at the end of the day, we needed to understand what was that hierarchy? What did consumers really care about? And then the team was able to take those top tier opportunities and further develop them over time. So this helped provide the direction. Okay. Then the team spent a lot of time really determining, well, what could the product actually be? What were the design elements that were on the table? And what did the next test, what should it encompass? So once that pre-work was done, and I'm really selling that short because that took a lot of work, we went back into testing mode. This is where we use that adaptive choice. Each woman, she built her product. She built the exact product that worked for her. She chose the color, the shape, the style, the thickness, and the accompanying price. Certain elements were more premium. They came with a more premium price. As she built her pant, she could see the product that she was building. An image popped up that showed her the product, as well as the cost. She could go back and make any adjustments. But this really helped us to identify what should this product look like? What features must it have? And we tested a very large design space. Were we on the more simplistic side of things, or were we on the more complex side of things? Then we put those optimal pants into a competitive environment because we really needed to better understand, okay, great, she just built her desired pant, but will she actually choose this in a marketplace situation? So we put it against current products out there, competitive products out there, and at its premium pricing. And this allowed us to substantiate the idea that yes, this was a premium offering, and yes, women would pay for it. This was solving a particular need in the marketplace that previously there was no solution for. So the logical question, now that this product has been out in market for a while and doing extremely well, the logical question is, okay, what's next? So we go back into testing to really understand, what's that next design? What should that next design look like? What's going to provide the most incrementality? I'm running out of time, so I'm going to speed up a bit. Out of any choice piece of research, a simulation tool is created. These are very user-friendly. Ours are Excel-based. They come with optimization buttons and exports and subgroups, etc. This enables teams to get very immersed in the work, and this is how projects live on. The goal of choice is really take and harness those insights and make sure they're actionable, right? Zero in on things that will represent most ROI. Maybe they have the greatest margins or showcase most volume. Mitigates risk so you can prioritize the things that are going to most matter to consumers, and that helps teams move faster and more efficiently because they know what to focus on. And it can stretch. It can stretch your thinking. It can maybe understand how a brand or a product can go beyond a place that was originally intended. And so, as Sion mentioned, I'm really, really proud of this team. When all of this works, it can be magic. And products go onto the market, and they're tremendous, and the payoff is big. So congrats to the Always Discreet Boutique team for winning the 2018 Edison New Product Award. And as Sion mentioned, also, the Olay Skin Advisor tool is another recipient and also is another product that has benefited from the role of choice. So P&G has this winning formula for innovation. Thank you.